Hello, and this is Use at Your Own Risk. Today I will be quoting Leonardo da Vinci. Now, his idea was that people of accomplishment rarely sat behind and let things happen to them. They went out and happened to things. So that's the quote that I will be speaking about today. The example that I will be using is Bill Gates. Anyone who somehow doesn't know who this man is, he is the co-founder of Microsoft. So basically changed, personal computers as we know it, and just a crazy influence on technology in that area. So Bill Gates, he went to Harvard. The plan his parents had for him was that he was going to be a lawyer, just like his father. And he did sort of start going into that path. But at a very young age, he had an interest in computers and programming. And during his schooling, he also took kind of like whatever computer science courses that were around. He was always trying to, get involved with programming and stuff like that, just like as a side, as a hobby, but also as a small sort of business. And then eventually he dropped out of Harvard to pursue this business, and because it's something that he was passionate about. He's really just changed the world as we know it, like the modern world, the way that we interact with technology. He is basically, like the richest man in the world. He's estimated at about $85 billion as his net worth, last time I checked. And he also does a huge amount of charity work, providing healthcare, education, and fighting poverty sort of around the world. So with that, he's always had this attitude. If you've seen any of his interviews or any of his talks, that you need to, if you have an idea, if you have a passion, you need to go out and make it happen. That's what he did essentially. He could have just gone on and finished his law degree and done the lawyer thing and gone down that path, but he decided to go a different way, and obviously in this case it turned out quite well, not just for himself, but for sort of the world and the technological world as we know it. When he was in elementary school, I think it was, or middle school, he started out just fooling around with computers. It was just an interest of his. And I think the first program that he's said to have made was for a game of tic-tac-toe, so that you could play against the computer. And such a simple thing, but it just went from there, and he's just always had this sort of curiosity about how things work, and making things useful for people. He's got this great spirit of competition. He's got a great culture that he promotes, sort of in the company. I mean, he's not really so involved anymore these days as he was in the past, but it's always been about innovation, going forward, finding new ideas. He's been criticized a lot for not being competitive enough with other companies, but the thing is that the attitude is that you're competing with yourself. You're trying to be better, create things that are better, and ultimately serve the people in the product and make something great. So that's always been the vision, and yeah, pretty amazing guy. So take a look at his interviews, his biography. It's amazing, and hopefully be inspired by that, because he's really just been an amazing force in the modern world. So that is it for that one. Peace.